What is up, everybody? It is Rodak here with Rodak Survival, and about a month ago, almost to the day, I did a video on the Daytona Supercross track. This video that you see playing in the background was me trying to showcase my Supercross skills to you guys and picking a random track and seeing what kind of lap we can run. And the series here on YouTube is called Noob to Pro for a reason, because we want to see what my progress looks like. So today, I thought we would revisit Daytona and see what my progress after 1 month looks like on Supercross. So enough of the yapping, and let's get into it. Alrighty guys, so here we go. You can see 15 minutes plus 1 lap, 0.15 deformation, so let's get into it. Before we even start though, look at the top left. You see that there are some numbers up there and a fast lap ran because I did do 1 or 2 warm-up laps and then restarted the race because I think I at least deserve a warm-up. Come on guys, give me that. Give me a 3-lap warm-up at least. So that's what I did. I warmed up like 3 laps and then jumped on. Now, I will say going into this first lap, I was still a little bit sketchy because I've never ridden the Yamaha on this track, and I really haven't played this track. I think I played it 1 time. I saw it pop up online 1 time since I made a video, so first time ever riding the Yamaha on this track, so I was still a little sketchy in this first lap, but trust me when I say, boys, we definitely heat up. We definitely heat up, but how much we heat up compared to the last video, how much faster we go, you guys are going to have to stick around and see that. And also, guys, stay tuned to the end of the video because at the very end of the video, I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison of my fastest lap from this race and my fastest lap from the previous race. So, without further ado, we're already in here, we're already started, so I'm going to jump in and out of here in this post-commentary. Enjoy. So already in this first lap, even though it's not my smoothest lap already, you can already see the improvements that I made from the last time. Both of those wall jumps look so much better. I'm actually getting over them and driving over them, and the whoop section was a lot better. If you guys haven't seen the previous video that I made a month ago when I first started riding Supercross, go watch that video and then come back to this one and tell me how big of a difference you actually see. Here, I'm going to try to go for this triple line. It just never seems to work for me. I come up a little short, and I'm just like, you know what, back out of it. Just back out of it. This is going to end up bad. And I'm trying to actually go to see how much my total time is from the last video to my total time this time as well. I'm comparing everything to see how much better we've gotten. And The reason why I thought this track would be a good one to do is because I already made a video on this track, and I really, like I said, I played it one time since then, and I rode the Suzuki in that race. So first time on the Yamaha, I figured it'd be nice to just see where this, how everything translates, because I really haven't been, like I said, haven't been playing this track at all. I've been playing other ARL tracks from last year, and I've been playing a lot of the DDC tracks now that they're up on the online servers a lot and stuff like that. So I wanted to see how well that translated and how I could just jump on a track that I haven't played in a month and do 1 or 2 laps of warm up and see how much faster I get, how much faster I've gotten at the game from not even playing this tracks per se, just playing other Supercross tracks. And so that's why I thought this video would be super fun to kind of revisit and see. Just I've been putting a lot of time into Supercross, especially the DDC Supercrosses. And look at this right here in the whoop section. I don't know how I saved this right here, but I do. That's something a month ago I wouldn't have been able to save, but the more you play, the more the bike gets kicked around, the more weird things you hit. And whether it's this Supercross track or any Supercross track or any motocross track, the more time you put in, the more intuitive it feels, and the more you kind of feel your way around the sticks, and you can save things like that. Trust me, I don't know how it happens. I don't know when it happens. You can't see the change right off the bat, but it's just like you play a track and then a month later, after 40 to 50 hours of grinding that month, you come back and you're like, oh wow, I'm doing things that I never thought I could do, and I haven't played the track in a month. It's pretty crazy how it works out, but yeah, I'm yapping. Let me let you guys back into the race. Look at this saving the whoops, just wheeling through. Yeah, I go off the side, but I'm still able to double up and jump up on top of this table. That is another thing that I was just explaining, guys. A month ago, I am not saving that in the whoops, but to wheelie those like last 6 to 8 whoops, I felt so good when I did that. Granted, it wasn't the faster way, and it kind of knocked me off guard, but in the moment, I was like, wow. There is no way a month ago I'm saving that. I am going over the bars or I'm looping out because I did something wrong. But to be able to save that, yeah, I felt pretty proud of myself right there. Not even gonna lie. So there we are, coming away with a 1:42.07. And would you believe it when I tell you guys, it's still not the fastest lap I've ran this race. Just for reference, my fastest lap in the last video was a 1:47. That was the out of the 15 minutes plus 1 lap that I did in the last video. I only ran 1 lap under 150, and that was the 1:47 that I ran. We have already ran a 1:44, and now we're running a 1:42. And like I said, stay tuned because it definitely gets faster. There we are. We're gonna crash for my first time this race, and I was trying to go for a crashless 15 minutes plus 1 lap, but it's me. It's bound to happen. It's gonna happen at some point. But this is what's so crazy to me. We're coming up to the finish line right here, and we run a 148 on a lap that I crashed and had to turn completely around in 180 to go back the right way on the track, and I still only ran like a half a second slower than my fastest lap time without crashing in the last video. Absolutely insane to me. There we go with another stupid crash. I was so mad that I crashed right there because that was just a dumb crash. Got on the gas a little too early. I can't even talk right now with these new teeth in my mouth. I can't even say things. With the rear wheel touching the ground a little bit quicker than I thought and just completely whiskey throttled it out. And I'm like, oh my God, what an idiot. Another crash there. I'm just kind of I got out of that flow a little bit. I had that stupid crash and I was probably still thinking about it in my mind like, God, you're such an idiot. Who whiskey throttles like that? And then make a dumb mistake and just crash again. But trust me, we reel it back in. Trust me, we reel it back in, guys. Come on. You really think I'm just going to let it go like that? We reel it back in. This lap was so full of mistakes. I was like, oh, right after that little mistake right there, I didn't go down, but just a dumb mistake in the corner, wasting a bunch of time. I was like, all right, once I get on this start straight, I'm going to have a little bit of time, and I'm just going to take a deep breath, and we're going to lock back in. If you guys watched the previous video as well, like I said, go back and watch it if you haven't seen it already. But on the previous video, my goal was to beat a 140, and I only got into the 140s on one lap in the last video. I've been in the 140s pretty much every time every lap this race. So can we get under that 140, that lap time that I'm looking for? I think I can do it. At this point, I'm like, oh, I got a 142 already. I can definitely do it. Now I just hit the triple on to the tabletop. I'm like, oh yeah, we about to do this today. coming to the line, and we have a 140.99. So it's not under the 140s, but we're in the 140s finally. We got 2 laps to go though, so the question is, do I get faster or does it stay there? Is 140.99 gonna be the fastest I've ever ran? Clearly it's not gonna be this lap because like you just saw, I completely went over the berm there, but we don't have to watch that. Make another dumb mistake right there. I don't know how I didn't make that jump. I've done that like every lap, scrubbed over that, and I don't know. That was just a dumb little mistake. Yeah, it seems like when it rains, it pours with me. Like once I make one mistake, I make more, and then it's like once the lap starts over, I can reset myself, but I can't ever reset myself mid-lap. I don't know. Something I gotta work on. Go down again. So this is obviously my worst lap. I've gone down 3 times in one lap. We cannot have that in actual races. And I go over the berm there. I'm like, all right, going up to the last lap. This is the final lap right here. What are we gonna do? Now coming over this triple, I saw that I was like 0.3 up on my time, and I'm like, come on, we just need to gain a little time here or there to get under that 140. Here it is right here. We're up like by 0.9 at one point, and I'm like, I'm scrubbing everything. We're up by a second. All we gotta do is try to hit this corner just right, and we'll be there, and I'd slide out a little bit, and we go back in time. And I'm like, no, I want to beat that almost endo right there and just pinning it to the finish line. And ultimately, we are going to come away with a 140.61 for our fastest lap. And so we weren't able to get under that 140, but we ran 7 seconds faster than we did in our previous lap time. So here I am going to show you guys a comparison. So in this race right here, I ran an 18:30 with 10 laps ran. On my last race, I only managed to make it 9 laps, and I ran a 17:59. So I would have lapped my old self. I literally would have lapped my old self. Now, here's where it breaks down crazy. So we come over here to the analysis, right? And my analysis is absolutely crazy. So we go 144, 147, 142, 148, 142, 150 with that crash, 140.9, 154, and a 140.6. Now, like I said, this is the previous video's analysis. So we went 157, 150, 155, 150, 2 minutes, 147, 141, and 153. So that is what's absolutely crazy to me. We only ran 1 lap under the 150 time last time, and that was a 147. This time we had every lap under 150 except for the 2 laps that I crashed. And it was kind of consistent as well, like 44, 42, 42, 40, 40. So it's like, Man, we have improved a lot, and another big reason why I wanted to make this video is because just you gotta grind, guys. People ask me all the time, like in Discord or on my comments, and they're just like, "Yo, how did you get to the level you're at?" And I'm like, "Bro, you have to put in time. It's not just a game you can just jump on and play and learn how to get fast. You have to put in time and you have to put in effort." Yeah, I might not be making as many videos at the moment because I was recovering from surgery. I don't know if anybody else has ever had all their top teeth pulled and then 6 anchors drilled into their jawbone, but it's a little hard to talk for a little while. So that's why videos haven't been getting out as much, but I've still been grinding behind the scenes. I've still been putting in work that you guys do not see. And guys, if you want to get better at the game, you have to grind. That's just what it is. There's no easy way around it. That's just what it has to be. So yeah, I promised you guys that at the end of the video, I would show you guys what my comparison looked like. So let's go ahead and see it. And I think before we jump into the comparison, I'm just gonna let you guys watch it. But just before we jump in, I think the big places where I've improved was being able to scrub a lot of things and corner speed. My corner speed, holding it quarter throttle. So there you go, guys. Like I said, the corner speed I think was a big deal, just being able to scrub in a lot of the rhythm sections and just having more supercross flow. But I don't want to yap too much. This has been already a long video, and like I said, guys, you have to grind if you want to get better. Like right now when I'm editing this video, it is 1 a.m. and I have to go to work tomorrow. I have to be up at 6:30. I shot the video at like 11. Yeah, you don't have an excuse not to play if you say you don't have time. You can find time. I didn't have time really all day today. I was busy doing other things, but I jumped on at like 10 o'clock and I played for an hour or so. And I'm like, yeah, I would rather go to bed. I'm tired, but here we are. So hope you guys find it maybe a little bit inspiring to see some of my progress. And I know it inspires me to want to keep grinding and keep getting better and try to make it into these pro races. But I've been going on for too long, guys. If you liked the video, drop a like, hit that subscribe button if you can. That helps out a lot. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.